Hi friends, this is Miss Yao, and we're going to take a look at our homework for the week of January 8th, which is due Friday, January 12th. Alright, all of this entire week is review on area and perimeter. Alright, let's take a look at number 1 from Monday. A book had a length of 212 centimeters and a width of 5 centimeters. Oh my goodness. Alright, so length of 212, width of 5. Okay. What is the area of the book? Alright, so I know I'm solving for area, and area always is length times width. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to draw a picture of this really abnormally long book. Weird. Okay, let's just pretend I know it's not to proportion. And so we have a length of 212, and obviously for rectangles, opposite sides are the same, 212, and 5, 5. And we know that for area, it's length times width. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the length and the width. All right, let me show my work. 212 times 5. All right. I am going to decompose 212 into hundreds, tens, and ones. And you can decompose that into 200 plus 10 plus 2. Times 5. All right, first up, we have 5 times 200. 5 times 2 is 10. Adding 2 zeros would make this 1,000. Next, we have 5 times 10. 5 times 10 is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It's just 50. And 5 times 2 over here is 10. So adding them up, I'm going to use my space here. I would get 1,060 as my area of the book. To take a look at number 2, it's very, very similar. Just remember that we are solving for perimeter and not area. Okay, it's very much the same. All right, number 3, Tuesday. Carl is building a fence around his garden. The garden is 32 feet wide and 87 feet long. How many feet of fencing will Carl need? Okay, well, it doesn't tell me area or perimeter, but I remember from class that the word around, or building something that goes around something else, is perimeter. So I'm going to draw my rectangle here. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to mark up perimeter, because that's what I need to solve for. And I also remember from class that perimeter is adding up all the sides, or in a rectangle, it's length plus width plus width. Those are L's, not ones. I know it's confusing. Cursive L, cursive L. Okay. Let's see. Let's draw this garden. We have 32 feet. The opposite side would still be 32. And then 87 feet, and the opposite side would be 87. All right, so we know perimeter is length plus width plus width. So let's stack and solve. 87, 87, 32, 32. And of course we're adding. Now of course you, some of my friends here will be adding like this. That's totally fine as long as you make sure your computations are correct. All right, 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 2 is 16. 16 plus 2, 16, 17, 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. Plus 8 more is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17. Plus 3 is 20. Plus 3 more is 23. Let me double check. 8, 9, 17, 20, 23. Yep. So the total amount of fencing that Carl will need is 238 feet. Don't forget that unit. All right, and again, we were solving for perimeter because we are going around something. For my friends taking a look at the next problem, remember square footage. Think about what that means, whether it means area or perimeter. Square foot, okay. All right, next problem. Number 7, the area of Riverside Park, so the area is given to us, okay, is 270 square yards. And if the width of the park is 6, oh, why did I get 9? What is the length of the park? Okay, and this is actually true. Riverside Park is very, very long. I don't know if it's actually the width is 6 yards. Okay. All right, so the total area is 270, and the width is 6, and the length is I don't know. And so we know that for area, it's length times width. And we are very lucky that part of this was given to us. Actually, the problem would be impossible if it wasn't given to us. I'm just saying. All right, so area is 270, right here, equals length, I don't know, times 6. And as you remember in most, just kidding, not most, all multiplication equations, this would represent the total. And if we know the total and we are looking for a missing number, we need to divide. So we would do 270 divided by 6. Okay, let's go ahead and solve. All right, I'm going to write my 6's out here, my multiples of 6, just so I don't forget. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, and the spider says 42, 48. Okay, I don't have enough room for the rest of them. Okay, let's take a look at the hundreds place. How many hundreds are in 270? Well, there's just 2 hundreds. And if I skip count by 6 even one time, I'll go over. So I'm not going to use any hundreds. And now my 270 moves over to the tens place. Next question. How many tens are in 270? Well, there are 27. And if I skip count by 6, 6, 12, 18, 24, I can get to 24. And that would be me skipping 4 times. And because I'm in the tens place, it would really be 40. 6 times 40 is 240. And to subtract, I would have 30 left over to split. Okay, now I have 31s, and I'm going to share between 6 people. And if I skip count by 6, I can get exactly on 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 6 times 5 is 30. And if I were to subtract, I would have a remainder of 0. Hooray! So my final answer would be 40 plus 5, which would just be 45 yards. And I'm attempting to label it here. 45 yards. All right, last problem. Thursday, number 8. The perimeter, okay, the perimeter is given to me, of the rectangle is 24 feet. If the length of the rectangle is 9 feet, what is its width? All right, so it's drawn out for me, which is really great. And if I trace this entire shape, boop, 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 it would be 24. And so what that means is if I added up the length and the length and the width, I would get 24. Okay. Last year, what we looked at were 3 very simple steps. Step 1 was to add the sides you know. And luckily, they're given to us and they're drawn out for us. 9 and 9. I know that I have a length of 9. So 9 plus 9 is 18. All right, step 2. Step 2 is to subtract the perimeter, P, from what we know. So we would take the perimeter, which is 24, and subtract the sides that we already know. Oh gosh, 6. Oh, okay, that did not work. Pretend that this says 6 here. Okay. And actually what that gives us is the length of these 2 sides put together, because we have done the whole shape, the whole wraparound, minus 9 and 9. All right, number 3, step 3, is to take the sides, what's left over, and divide by 2. Because there's 2 sides of the same length. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So length is 3, length is 3. And there's a hidden step 4, which is the most important step of all, and it's called, I'm going to check my work, just to make sure that I'm absolutely correct. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add up all the sides, 3 and 3 and 9 and 9, and just to make sure that they actually equal 24. 3 plus 3 is 6. 9 plus 9 is 18. Add those up, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It does equal 24, and I am correct. Wonderful. So your answer would be 3. There's 3. There we are. 3 feet. Don't forget the label. All right, and our weekly riddle. I don't know if any of you have seen The Wizard of Oz. I don't know if that's a pop culture icon currently. Oh well. So what did the Tin Man, that's a character from The Wizard of Oz if you're not aware. What did the Tin Man say when he was crushed by a steamroller? Oh no, foiled again. That may have gone over your heads. I apologize. I'll be a little more pop culture savvy next time. Foiled again, because he's made of tin. He's like foil, even though foil's made of aluminum. Okay, wonderful.